decided to jet across the river to Indiana. Always check the pints for Dusties too while you're here.
Does Baccarat Crystal really make the bourbon taste that good?
No, it does not.
I got a bunch of neat stuff. You guys want to come try it, you're more than welcome. I'm sure you're trying to get your stuff done.
Probably not the best environment for them, but let's see what you got. So I've been in Louisville for the last couple of weeks. Decided to jet across the river to Indiana, try to do a little bourbon hunting. So we are going to get started in Jeffersonville, hit some stores here. Then we may go a little deeper into Indiana, see what we could find. But our first stop, the fabulous Liquorland. All the Bardstown and barrel stuff in the entire known universe. 4-year Willet green tops. Of course, those orange label barrels that I like so much. Of course, I have to have a sample of those now because I did get one with Dickel in it. They snuck one in on me. What are your thoughts on Jefferson's Ocean? You want one of those?
Not a big fan.
Okay, we'll pass on that. Rebellion Rye, you ever heard of that one? Single barrel proofs, 65 and 69.99 right there. Of course, the Jim Beam 7, we just picked one of those up. I tried it the other day. It's pretty good. I don't like it as much as the Baker 7, but it's also a fraction of the price. I mean, the Baker 7 here is $73, but it's got that 107 proof. Whereas this one's still at that 90 proof, I believe it was.
Have you tried this one yet?
I have not had the Toasted Barrel Starlight. What do you think?
A lot of that toasted stuff is tasting pretty good, but
I'm liking a lot of the toasted stuff too. We've got a lot of great things from Short Barrel. I think I'll pick that one up.
Field of Dreams. That was that one from the corn out of the field, I guess.
The Field of Dreams corn was cut down 30 years ago. Did they store the grains or did they just grow the field again? I'll pass.
Yeah, he bought the field that they filmed the movie in, Field of Dreams,
Yeah.
and he used the corn from there to make the bourbon.
Sounds like a gimmick. Gotta have a shtick, right?
Yeah, I guess so. That's like I said, my Uncle Nearest. Let me tell you a story about Uncle Nearest.
Could
He
you
was
make
a
him a story?
slave,
Yeah.
and him and Jack Daniels worked on a plantation together in the blacksmith shop. And his grandfather, Uncle Nearest's grandfather, taught him how to make bourbon, or whiskey, or whatever you want to call it. He taught Jack Daniels everything he knew about making it, and he died before Jack Daniels, and they became famous. All right, thanks,
Appreciate
Sean.
it.
You guys have a good day.
Nice folks there. That was fun. I'm sure she got a lot of stories to tell. She told a story about her experiences with gin. I doubt that makes the cut because I accidentally had the camera pointing the wrong way. So y'all just missed out on that story. But, you know, at least you learn a little bit about Uncle Nearest you might not have known. We're going to head on to the next store. Just based on my local intel here, you said this one's probably secondary?
Likely secondary.
Okay. We're going to check out Red Carpet anyway. We're going to see what we find. Always check the pints for Dusties too while you're here. I have not had a lot of luck finding Dusties, but I usually forget to check, especially in smaller stores, country stores. That's where you usually find them, just based on my contacts that find a lot of them. Man, we're just doing a little bourbon hunting. Always like to look at the pints, make sure there's not any like antique ones that have been sitting back there for a while. What's your price on a Blanton's? That's not the worst price I've ever seen. All right, appreciate it. These stores like this sell a lot of the commodity things, and so they tend to get some allocations. They may own another store and they shift all their allocations to their more premium location. Like that's what you see a lot on a lot of these little smaller stores and things. So here they had a Blanton's, $109, more than I will pay for a Blanton's, but not the worst price, especially in a tourist trap. Like, I mean, we're technically not in Louisville, but man, we're just right across the river. Overall, nothing to see there. But little places like this, you could find some whiskey sometimes because people are not coming in looking for it. Let's get on to the next one. And now on to Rivertowne. Same Woodford Double Oak pick there. I think it's literally the same Woodford Double Oak pick as the last store. What is that?
The Morning Glory Kasha bourbon.
Don't know anything about that.
Buckwheat in there, malt.
I think I'm gonna pass on that, man. You go ahead though. Little Weller Special Reserve, Elmer Tea, 500 for a Sam Adams Utopia. Oof.
They even got your Dickel here.
Actually, I bought the White Dog Dickel, the unaged Dickel. It was pretty good.
Oh, I saw that.
You
Yeah.
have to try it. You go back to the room. It was like all right. They didn't have the minerality. I mean, I like this one right here. This is the one. Like I dig that. That and some ice, man. Their flavors to me are just better than any of the other brands I've had, even the larger brands. That's why we did stuff with them, because I drink the products. I don't know about this. Like, this is not my thing. This is not my thing. But like, I'm not as big into the creams as I am just a good old flavored shine.
How much is your Elmer T. Lee?
Oh my goodness. Thank you. I'm sure Buffalo Trace has bumped the price. It's probably a solid $50 bottle now. So, you know, that doesn't make me feel too bad. Only a 20X markup. If you got a grand that you just want to burn, do me a favor, bring it to me in $1 bills. We will light it on fire. We will roast some marshmallows. That will be a better expenditure of that money. No hate. I have bought some bottles at secondary price. I hope most of the time people understand the absurdity of it. What I have found though, is that oftentimes my messaging in these is subtle. Like I don't really want to make a statement on the state of something. I see absurdly priced whiskey, you know, I oftentimes try to not react too much, but then people think I agree with the price. And you know, I bought some Van Winkles for secondary price for an event that was corporately sponsored, that I had a corporate budget, and they said, get them, we got to have them by this date. And people are like, oh my God, he buys secondary whiskey and he's part of the problem. And so I'm trying to make sure my messaging is not as subtle and that it's understood that I think it's absurd. Like I think it's absurd to buy whiskey and to not drink it. I respect folks that do, like no hate towards them, but I buy whiskey to consume. I don't like collecting things, like anything really. If you're not gonna use it, it has no utility. There's not really a use in having it, to me. Like that's just my opinion. But you know, what's great about a hobby that is social is that everybody has different opinions. Everybody gets into it a different way. And the folks that just like to hunt because they collect, and especially if they're doing it in a social way, they've got every right to do that, just as much right to do that and to buy those bottles as we do. I just don't go spend a lot of money at stores that price bottles like that. Like, mark it up, get your money out. You want to charge $109 for our Blantons? If you're selling them, by all means do it. $1,000 for Elmer T. Lee? What do you think?
Doesn't seem right. I know these bottles have been sitting for weeks, months in some case. How long is it going to take, and then what do you drop it down to so that somebody will actually buy it and you'll move liquor?
The thing is, though, like Elmer T. Lee, like I don't know where they get these prices, because Elmer T. Lee secondary is what, $300 last time I checked. Now I don't check secondary that much anymore. Mark it up to secondary, okay, sucks, but still okay. I at least understand. I don't understand the 3X secondary unless you're like in an airport in Abu Dhabi or something. I don't understand how a little store in Indiana thinks they're gonna get $1,000 for Elmer T. Lee unless they actually have at one point and we're the suckers. Here, y'all see me step down off my soapbox right there, and we will head on to the next one. So as we're headed to the next door, I just wanted to kind of, you know, add a comment there that the folks that work in these liquor stores usually have no say-so over the pricing. They're just doing their job. So, you know, no hate to them. I know they don't even like answering the question, but it's getting more and more prevalent that stores just don't even pay attention to secondary. They just put the most absurd price they can and see if it sells. And then, you know, the poor employees have to deal with the frustration of all the folks that come in and ask about those bottles. So we stretched our legs a little bit, hit the road, got up here to Greenville, Indiana, and we're gonna check out Party Time. Store picks right there. Those Rebels, really nice store picks. Anybody want a Baccarat? Extremely limited.
I think it's time for you to splurge.
I don't think so, man.
Does Baccarat Crystal really make the bourbon taste that good?
No, it does not. It doesn't make it taste any, like, I mean, the whiskey might be good by itself, but the Baccarat Crystal's not helping.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Keep going, man.
Keep going? What? TJ?
I already know. Andy Hagler.
Nice to meet you,
Thank
Andy.
you for helping me develop my palate.
I appreciate it.
What is the odds? I literally just got off work watching your stuff on my lunch break. This is awesome.
I'm glad you came in, man.
I think I was a tater boy until I started watching your stuff.
Okay.
Growing up in this area, I thought everything had to be from Kentucky,
Yeah.
but I just picked up, because you keep saying the name, Old Louisville.
Okay.
They had a 96, but I picked up a 114.
All right, what'd you think?
Just picked it up.
They're pricey.
It is.
And I don't like to buy pricey bottles like that, but honestly, if his price point was a little better, those would be flying off shelves because they're so good.
I got a really special bottle of Russell's sitting in my
Okay.
bar.
What'd you
right
get?
Now it's a single barrel. So
Okay.
here, it's a private select. I think the all red label. To me, I get a finish of like heavy whipping cream at the end.
Oh,
And
wow.
a little bit
That's
of
a good
grape,
tasting note.
A little bit of grape popping
Yeah.
in and out too, which is, I've never had something like that from Russell's. And I bought
Okay.
it back up. I got a bunch of neat stuff. You guys want to come try it? You're more than welcome. But I'm sure you're trying to get your stuff done.
We got nothing else going on. We gotta get some lunch somewhere at some point. Ben's been on 2 videos with me today, and I didn't even introduce him in the video. So everybody's just now getting to know Ben.
Now, here's the caveat.
Okay.
I put everything in my fridge and my freezer because I don't want my bottles to get dusty.
Is the fridge and freezer on?
They're on. Growing up here, I know it's blasphemous, but I don't want my bottles getting.
Well, I mean, you get a cabinet or something that seals maybe, but here's the thing. The freezer will change them. I mean, I am not an expert, but I have talked to other people that act like they're experts.
I just don't like dusty bottles.
I just dust mine every once in a while. We got to go see. We got to make fun of you now. We got to
That's all right.
go make
That's
fun of you now.
okay. Now, if you hate on my palate, you kind of help narrow into my palate.
do
But
you
I know
have
you
some-
hate. I know you hate Dickel, and I picked up a $25 bottle of Dickel 9-year barrel select. $25. I loved it.
I like a lot of things about Dickel, just not that quintessential Dickel minerality. I like everything. Honestly, if it didn't have that, it might be one of the best values in bourbon.
So why am I here today? I want the barrel. I want the barrel strength.
So we just were somewhere, and they had, for $45, they had a barrel proof. You bought that Green River cash strength, right?
I did.
We're gonna try it. We'll prop it open and try
Pop it open with you.
awesome.
Yeah, he
Let's
came
do it.
here looking for one.
This has been sitting here since Christmas.
There's a reason it's sitting there since Christmas. It's very limited, and it's $270.
To be honest, I want to walk away with something today, and just an old safe one is probably going to be this guy right
1910,
here.
the double oak.
Go wrong. I like a double oak. We're talking about double oak.
They don't have
Unless
the
you see
24s
something else
stuck
you
back
wanna
in there,
try,
right?
they
20. Well, the last store we were at had 24s, just slide. They had a whole case of them. But they wanted, was it 160 for them, I think it was?
We know about Hard Truth.
Nothing really.
Indiana.
They make it themselves.
Distilled and bottled by Hard Truth Distilling Co. Nashville, Indiana. Do we want to try it?
I'll grab it.
I'll grab it. What a pleasure. I feel like I'm in a dream. I was literally on my break, had my lunch break.
It makes these videos so much better when we run into folks and get to talk to folks and hang out with folks. And, you know, it's social. This whole thing is a social thing, and I love it.
Have you seen the Goose Islands that are specific to the different distilleries?
Yeah, like I had an Angel's Envy one. And
Some
I
of them
had
between 30 and $100 for them.
Yeah, I paid too much. Not that much, but too much.
Do they taste
I paid more
different?
for the Eagle Rare Goose Island than I did for Eagle Rare. They do taste different. They are different than those. Some better than others, but they're not worth the cost. It takes a lot to barrel age a beer for a year. That's going to add to your costs. Like, I completely get it, but like the $30, $40, $50 ones, not even close to worth that.
Owner's coming.
Hey,
Hey, TJ.
I'm Joe. Nice to meet
Nice
you,
to meet you,
TJ.
Joe.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Oh, good, good.
It's a nice store.
We appreciate it. We've been here for about 20 years now.
Oh, been here for a while.
Yeah, we've been here before the bourbon. Before we used to have Eagle Rare out here on the shelf all the time, and Blanton's and even some Pappy. You know,
Every day.
I mean, at one point we sent Pappy back. You know, we returned it. You know, that's how long.
Wish they had those bottles
yeah.
back.
I was telling him that usually we put most of our allocations out Thanksgiving on. We just kind of let it build up, just because we don't get enough of it to really. If we just put it out here and there, it seems like to most people we don't put none out. You know,
Right.
But if you put out 30, 40 cases of mixtures of allocations in a whole month, there's a really good chance that you know. I think this year we may change it. Last year people were loading up. Like if the timing came in right, they'd get 8 or 9 bottles of stuff. We might put like a red tag. If you see a red tag on it, you can't get no more than 2 red tag items. You know.
Right.
That way it makes it where someone else don't get a Pappy and you know, George T. Stagg, and then 2 or 3 bottles of other stuff, and then the next person comes in and gets none. Because as soon as we put it on the shelf, it's gone, you know.
Right. So you're just trying to drop it in bulk, so it's not just 1 or 2 regular customers getting everything.
Yeah, so that's why we've done it for years. It seems to work pretty good. I mean, we wish we had enough where we could put it out all year. Now, they tell us that we're Sazerac, as far as like independent stores, not chain stores, that we're rated #1 in the States as far as Sazerac numbers. I still feel like we don't get near enough, you know. The only thing we really have here in the store right now is a Lazarek toasted barrel. So we might want to
I mean,
do
you
that.
you were looking for one of those, weren't you?
I am.
We actually just got 15 cases of it yesterday.
Yeah, we were just
That's
telling
a lot
them
for us.
it's not allocated anymore. I don't think it's like everywhere.
I'm surprised because
It's hard
we
to
hadn't got
find
any this
here.
year, and they called me and said, "Hey, they're doing a big drop on toasted barrel." I said, "Well, give us 15 cases." I didn't expect to see it because we usually don't get more than 3 cases a year.
I think it's a shelf
It's
product
hard
for
to
most
find
people
around here.
nowadays.
The one that made me cry though was the 100% wheat Frey.
That,
And I had it. I literally had the
reason,
checkout.
yeah.
Did you originally stumble across Frey Ranch just off a random store pick? I think is what you said.
Yeah, so we were in Vegas, Liquor Lineup. Shout out to Liquor Lineup,
Okay.
north side of Las Vegas. They had a store pick. And honestly, outside of the 100% wheat, that pick was still the best bottle of Frey
use that as your
I've had.
baseline
Like it
to
is.
talk about other bottles.
We've got a pick from Frey. I love our pick. It is fantastic. I have 3 or 4 picks, all fantastic. Weren't as good as that first Liquor Lineup I got. Just have to take it.
$52.99. So
$52.99.
Yeah,
That's
$52.99.
a fantastic price. But
Thank you.
I've got a
I'm
couple.
gonna
Thank
take
you.
both
You
of
need one?
I'll buy
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's
Check
nice to
this
meet
guy
you.
out.
Blue Run's really good, but the price is just like, and I've only had a few of their bottles, but every one I've had has been just, it's great. Like me being on like a craft train right now,
Okay.
I'm looking for distinct, unique, maybe you know, something that really stands out. Blue Run's not that for most of the things I've had. It's just, it's more like that just good mainstream Kentucky style bourbon. Great mouthfeel, you know, nice complexity. So it's a little different than what I'm typically looking for right now. It's nothing outlandish. It's just really, really nice blends.
I would have grabbed that for you if you wanted it.
I know, that's why I didn't tell you, because now I'm grabbing it for you.
This is the guy.
Yeah.
He said, you're the guy, you're the guy.
Oh! Yeah, no, I do actually watch quite a few videos of you on Facebook,
Awesome,
man.
I appreciate it, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, why don't you get this, man? You got to review that on...
I do need to, but I'm not, it's not worth that to me. It's only worth anything if you collect it, and honestly, I don't think that one's worth a lot collecting. All right, that's wild. We're gonna hit one more store, and then I think we're gonna go to shop and we're gonna drink some cold bourbon. We're gonna see what that's all about. All right, we are now in Corydon, Indiana, and we're going to First Capital Liquors. Rebel 10 right there. Sonoma Triple, but the price of $179 on that. There's your 1924, a whole case of them sitting right there.
What's the number?
It doesn't have a number, so they're free. I'm assuming they're gonna be 160 like the last place.
Barrel strength rye.
Yeah, probably gonna be $99. We'll find out. Grab that Bullet 12 rye right there. You're gonna, I'm gonna get that one for you. I wonder what this is cost. Ever seen anything like that right there?
No, I hate to ask the price though.
I'm gonna hate to ask price, but it's just sitting out on a barrel.
Was it
Like
sitting
they don't
right
care
here?
about it. There's 3 of them sitting out here. $2.99. Yeah, I don't like it that much. I don't like it that much.
Van Winkle Family Reserve too.
Yeah, I need that rye, but
1600.
yeah, I don't need it that much.
There's a guy that's coming back for the 23. Yeah. And it's $4,800.
Mm.
They told me if he brings cash, it'll be 4. I wish I had $4,000 spent on a bottle.
I know.
I wouldn't spend it on no bottle.
You're not kidding.
Any of them back there you think, for lack of a better term, a little more reasonably priced?
The original Blanton's is like 117. This Blood Oath is 150. Everything else is high dollar.
What's your price on this single barrel?
109.
What do you think of that on
Oh
109?
yeah, that's 100.
That's 20 over.
What's that Bullet 12 rye right there?
$59.99.
Still like $15 more. I'm gonna get it because I want him to try it. I'll take the Bullet rye right there. What is that Willet right there? It's in a weird label. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. It is a unique blend of fine Indiana rye and Kentucky bourbons. So I'm assuming it's a MGP rye and some sort of Kentucky bourbon. All right, appreciate it.
Great night.
We paid a little markup on that, but he's never had it. I think he's gonna like it. Really, really nice rye for the price. I'm over the moon for that bottle for $45. Wouldn't pay, I don't know, 55, yeah, hate that. But, you know, sometimes you have to pay a convenience fee, and here it is, and we bought it. So I think now we are going to go sample some whiskey. I'll catch up with you when we see this magical refrigerator of whiskyness.
Home with Magnolia Tree waiting
It's
on you right
awesome.
there.
I hate magnolia trees. I've cut down every magnolia tree I've ever had in my yard. I've cut every one of them down. They're pretty, but the leaves are made out of plastic.
You're right, and it's hard to blow them off the drive.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I've got some now, but they're like in the woods a little ways, so they don't like drop like right on my yard. Dude, got a little Honda back here?
That's a Volkswagen
A Volkswagen,
Rabbit. I'm a
okay.
diesel nut. My
I just
friends
saw the
own
back
diesel
corner.
shop. This is my peaceful little hangout.
That's
out
a
here.
beautiful shop.
Thank you. It's nothing fancy.
Probably not the best environment for them, but let's see what you got.
I got Elmer back here, and I know you're not moved by that. The Russell's bottle I was telling you about that really moves me, that I had to buy a backup for, is this one right here. So if we want to open it and let it breathe.
Which bottle looks shadier? This one or that one with that Amberana finish that you saw at the Four Roses
the
event?
Amberana finish was a little shadier.
A little
but,
shadier than this.
You know, that one might fix itself. The Amberana one will not.
It will never.
They'd done an Amberana finished Eagle Rare, somebody had done, and I wouldn't even try it.
Can you put this one on top?
Let's do it. This guy right here, I was really excited. The 2024, I heard buttered popcorn. There's some bitter oak in there. I would like you guys to try it. It steps on everything. There's so many pleasant notes, but I'm getting so much bitter oak on this one that it kind of steps on everything. It makes me a little sad.
Let it warm up. Let's see what happens.
Stay Profile Makers. This is the one that gives me a lot of Big Red.
Okay, the golden hour.
Big Red bubble gum. You've had High West.
Of course.
I haven't seen you do a Yippee-Ki-Yay.
I think I've tried it. I don't think I've tried it on camera.
I've had it for about 5 years. I've been milking it. It's killer, but I think this is when they were still MGP. I know it's just killing you seeing the ice on everything.
It's not killing me at all, man. I mean, what the comments are doing right now, I can't tell you.
It's
but,
all right. Give me the hate. I know I deserve it.
What are we doing here? What are we drinking?
It's a little Green River Full Proof.
Oh, this is the cash strength Green River.
what you
Give
went
me your
looking
review
for,
of
right?
this.
Yes, sir. This is what I was looking for today.
I get a little citrus. I get a little graham cracker.
Definitely graham cracker.
Yeah.
For sure.
Those are the most important tasting notes right there. And this one is definitely good.
So O.H. Ingram, right?
Yeah.
They age their stuff on the river. Okay, that can be real exciting. I like it because my brother-in-law worked.
Yeah, give
my
it to me
sister-in-law.
cold.
You're
Just
gonna do it?
very small samples. Very small. We got a lot to try. Look at there. I know that happens.
That's a bad show right there. Anyways, their company manages and owns the barge that they age these on.
Okay.
It's kind of harsh on my palate.
Okay.
It's only 96 proof.
I wonder what size barrels they're aging it in if it's harsh. Smell that.
What are you getting?
Yeah.
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 Like the grape bomb is,
No, put it in the freezer, but when it's...
that's actually really good out of the freezer. I'm gonna let it warm up to judge it. Out of the freezer, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh, you're right. That nose is, it's great. It's not from Michigan, so it's like Faygo grape pop.
All right, tell me about this Blue Roan.
It's the Emerald Rye, man. Go for it. You tell me about it.
Oh, I'm getting maybe like kind of a hay a little bit.
I call that kind of a soft oakiness. It is a little brighter, so a hay would actually be a great note. I love that note. The mouthfeel, the viscosity on that is just so nice. Like it is an oil. But look at the legs on that. That's crazy. It is a rye spice all the way through, though. It's kind of a dark note. I don't know exactly what that tasting note is, but
I get brown sugar.
yeah, a little burnt brown sugar, I guess,
Yep.
with the dark note.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm tasting that. I'm not getting what you would call that oak or that what I thought was like a hay, like a fresh
Yeah, it's not on the palate at all. That last sip, it just hit my palate a little different. I got the hay on kind of on the finish. And hay sounds like a terrible tasting note, but it's quite pleasurable here. We're getting into ryes. And so with anything we've done so far, you just have to find the right ones. There's somebody out there doing it right. If you don't like Amberana, somebody doing it, probably not a bad example. I went right to a bad example. Nobody's doing good Amberana. But outside of that one, like ryes, there are good ryes. Like I don't have a ranking. I haven't thought of all the ryes I've tried, but this is probably top 10, honestly, probably top 5 favorite as far as just enjoyable to drink because it's delicious, it's readily available, it's $45. Like I don't worry about it like a Michter's 10 or the limited edition Jack or the single barrel strength Michter's. This one's just, I could just guilt-free enjoy it without having to worry about getting another one. And it's 45 freaking bucks. Bullet did something right here.
But the most notable that I hope you guys really try, and I hope you get to sit on it for a while, is this one and this one.
Okay, the Russells and the Makers.
Yeah, sure. This is the first time I've seen my family today.
All right, Tyrone Russell's pick from the freezer. It's sacrilegious to put this much good whiskey in the freezer, but dang, does it all taste good? Does it not taste good coming out of the freezer? I tell you what, I don't know about that Ingram yet. We're gonna try to let it warm up a little bit, but I may go home and take all the bottles of whiskey I don't like and throw them in the freezer and see what happens to them.
It might transform their lives.
They might just turn into grape notes. I don't know. It's gonna be awesome.
I was really excited about this. I like buttered popcorn, kettle corn. If you tell me that in tasty notes, I'm excited. There's a bitterness. It just steps on everything, and I'm really sad that I spent 80-something bucks on it. And
I do get the buttered popcorn though.
yeah, you get that, right?
You're right. Oh, there's just like a real sharp harshness on the
In
finish.
the middle of it.
Yeah, middle all the way back. Have you tried it warm?
Yes.
Okay, and it
I-
had that same flavor thing? Oh, the buttered popcorn's so good, and then it's just like, your palate's good, dude.
It's Dickel. It's to me, it's a vanilla pudding, snack pack vanilla pudding bomb.
Go for it right there.
Paid 25 bucks for it at Kroger.
Can't beat that.
Can't get rid of it.
Like the price. Frozen Dickel. How old is this one?
9.
9 years?
9 years, yes, sir.
So I had a 9-year, I want to say it was a 9-year store pick from Spillway. I liked 90% of what was there, and then you just had the minerality.
I'm picking up the minerality that you
It's there.
It's there. All right.
It's there.
Awesome.
And so, you ever have Flintstone vitamins as a kid?
Kids have it in there right
That's
now.
what this tastes like.
I'm not picking that up.
Yeah, it just tastes like Flintstone vitamins to me. I like half of the flavors. Like it's very kind of sweet vanilla, but then it's just got that little bite to it. For $25 for a 9-year-old pour, that's like it's fine. It's good. I probably wouldn't make cocktails with it unless I was trying to make something that would go with that minerality. I probably overplay the hate for George Dickel just a little bit, to be honest with you, because I like a lot of what's going on. It's just that one note that is in everything, pretty much everything they do, that I'm just not a huge fan of unless it gets super old, like 17 year. I've had one of those, and it went from Flintstone Vitamins to Fruity Pebbles, and I was like, that is out of this world good. It was so freaking good. That was a Blue Note 17 that had Dickel juice in it. RD1, now what is this one?
This is their maple. So Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, double finished in oak and maple barrels.
Does not sound like something I would normally want to drink. The thing is it still kind of smells like maple syrup. How do they pull that off? I know maple barrels, but like it's different, like it's not. It tastes like maple syrup. I don't want my whiskey to taste like maple syrup. You probably make a bourbon glaze out of that and put it over some ice cream. Probably be fantastic. But now I got to rinse that out of my Glen because that is too strong. It's too strong of a flavor. When I say I don't like flavors, and I get this question, I get these comments a lot. It's not that I don't like finished whiskey. I like whiskey as it's distilled. And so I don't typically go for artificially flavored whiskeys. And I don't typically like finishes that are so overpowering they take away from the actual unique characteristics of a good whiskey. A lot of folks probably love that. If you like drinking maple syrup, you're gonna love that. I don't know what kind of people are drinking maple syrup, but the ones that are, absolutely found your bottle. But it's just not what I'm looking for. I want some characteristics of the whiskey, and I want a finish that is soft and subtle and enhances those flavors rather than just bulldozing them and they're completely gone. Had a fantastic time in Indiana. We found some nice bottles. Always a good time when we can, meet new people, we can try new things. Like, this is very much a social hobby, and it's why I love it so much. And so the thought of the day, we've been trying with these videos to leave with kind of, what's on my mind for the day. And it really is about the camaraderie and the social aspect of this whiskey culture. And if you're doing it by yourself, you're doing it wrong. Get out, find some friends. There are a lot of like-minded individuals out there that would love to spend some time with you, hanging out, whether you're hunting for a good bottle of whiskey or whether you've popped those bottles open and you're giving them a try. It's just that social aspect that makes this so special. Running into new people, folks that explain to us how much the channel means to them and what they're getting out of it, because when you're on the other side of it, sometimes all you see are the negative comments down below this video right now. So appreciate all y'all, love y'all. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Hit me with a bottle kill down in the comments. We'll see y'all in the next one.